Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauri Bhaktivinoda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauri Bhaktivinoda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauri Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Wednesday. It is 18th of February. And it is Govinda Masa, Falguna Masa, Sukla Paksham, and Padjami Tithi or Pradipat. Okay, there are 2 events today in the calendar. So out of those things, I have already shared in this WhatsApp group. So this is the first day is the first event is the disappearance day of Sri Jagannatha Dasa Babaji. And the second event is the disappearance day of Sri Rasika Nanda Prabhu. We shall read a few lines from the special Vaishnava days. So Rasika Nanda Prabhu, a great Vaishnava preacher and chief disciple of Sri Shamananda Prabhu, and Sri Jagannatha Babaji Maharaj, who confirmed the site discovered by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur as the place where Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And Jagannatha Babaji was very advanced in years, with his eyelids having to be physically opened by hand in order to see, and being disabled, had to be carried in a basket by others. When he reached the site, he leaped out of his basket and danced in ecstasy. Okay, from Srila Prabhupada's chapter, summary of Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila. The direct disciple of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was Srila Narottama Das Thakur, who accepted Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti as his servitor. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur accepted Srila Jagannath Das Babaji, the spiritual master of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who in turn accepted the Gaurikeshwar Das Babaji, the spiritual master of Om Vishnupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, the divine master of our humble self. One of our standard prayers to the predecessor Acharyas in our disciplic line, Gauravidbhava Bhume Swam Nirdesha Sajjana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannadaya Te Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances on to Shri Jagannath Dasa Babaji Maharaja, who is respected by the entire Vaishnava community and who discovered the place where Lord Chaitanya appeared. Okay, so there is a further pastimes of Jagannatha Babaji. So I have shared it. So, and then about the Rasika Nanda. So from the again courtesy of a book by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. In the village of Rohini, the son of King Archita appeared as the sun appears in the eastern sky and became early beloved by the people. He was known as Rasika Nanda and also Murari. As he grew up, shining qualities appeared by the degrees in his person that caused the further exaltation of his family, just as the waxing moon gradually expands its influence in the night sky and causes the sea to rise. At a very young age, he became quite proficient in all of the scriptures. He was very devoted to his parents, especially his mother, whose name was Bhavani. His father married him at a very young age. Murari's wife, Shama Dasi, was a man of good character who hailed from the village of Gontasila, not far from the Rohini and the banks of the Suvarnareka, where in days of old the Pandavas had lived in exile. One day, Murari was sitting in a lonely place, wondering when and where he might become so fortunate as to get shelter at the lotus feet of spiritual preceptor. Just then, a voice from the sky addressed him, "Don't be in anxiety, you will become the disciple of Sri Shamananda." Having heard his proclamation, Rasik Murari became very jubilant, began to repeatedly murmur the name Shamananda as though chanting Japa from moment to moment. His eagerness increased without diminution. As tears flowed from his eyes by his chanting of the name of Shamananda, he was in such a state that he spent most of the night sleeplessly calling his Shamananda. Having heard this proclamation, Rasika Murari became very jubilant and began to repeatedly murmur the name Shamananda as though chanting japa. From moment to moment, his eagerness increased without diminution as tears flowed from his eyes by his chanting of the name of Shamananda. He was in such a state that he spent most of the night sleeplessly calling to his master Shamananda. Finally, towards the early morning, he drifted off to the land of dreams where he saw his spiritual master, the very figure of charm and grace. Smilingly, Shamananda informed him, "When tomorrow the eastern sky becomes tinged with pink, you will obtain me." Saying this, Shamananda disappeared. Raskananda's heart began to swell in ecstatic bliss. Then, with the first rays of morning which dispelled the dense darkness of the world, the wise Murari started silently watching the path. After some time, Shamananda approached from a distance, looking as beautiful, effulgent as the sun, and surrounded by his disciples like Shri Kishore Dasa and others. His smiling face was like the lotus flower that opens, greet its friend the sun, and his chest was as broad as the door. His captivating disappearance was made all the more irresistible by the sweet sounds of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda emanating from his lotus mouth. Absorbed in intense love, he moved along the path like the clouds move in sky. When Rasika caught sight of this divine form, he fell down in front of him to touch his lotus feet. In great ecstasy, Shamananda embraced him and began to bathe him with his tears of ecstatic love. Sri Rasika Murari then felt himself to be one of the most fortunate living beings within this universe. On an auspicious day, Shamananda initiated Rasika and his wife in Radha Krishna mantra. After that, Rasika began to travel with his guru, during which time he became a very intimate disciple. Shamananda then bestowed upon him the service of Sri Radha Govinda Deva at Sri Gopi Ballabhapur. Rasika became totally engaged in their lordship's service, and the devotees were charmed by his excellent services. At Gopi Ballapur and other places, he began to seriously take up the preaching of the message of Sri Gauri Nityananda. By his influence, many atheists and unbelievers were transformed into devotees of Sri Gauri Nityananda. Okay, there is again further pastimes, very beautiful pastimes. So again, we can go through the messages which are shared. Okay, this is about the disappearance of Jagannatha Dasa Babaji and Rasika Nanda. Okay, so for today, we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Maitreya Muni speaking to Vidura, describing the time units and in a different way. Calculate starting from the paramanu, anu, trasarenu, and then truti, and then lava, labhu, and then kshana, kasta. So likewise, with a different dimensions. And yesterday we have seen he was also describing about the yama or the prahara. So which is of the 3 hours. Such kind of 3 hours they exist in a daytime. Four of praharas, that is 3 hours cross for 12 hours. That is daytime. And similarly, nighttime also has got four praharas. And likewise, 15 days of those day and night, they are called the paksha. So those pakshas are Sukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha. And those two pakshas of them called one masa, and that one masa is the one daytime of the Pitrus. And such kind of masa, six of them are called ayana. One is when the sun moves from one direction, southern direction to the north, it is called Uttarayana. And similarly, in the opposite vice versa is called Dakshinayana. And two of them is called once 1 year. Okay, likewise, He was describing yesterday. Yamaha chatvaru marchanam ahani bubhe. Pakshaha panchadashahani suklaha Krishna Shamanadham. Tayoho samuchayo manaha pitrunam tad aharnisham. Dhautau dhautau rutuhu shadayanam. Dakshinam cha uttaram divi. Likewise, giving different kinds up to the ayanas he has spoken. So today is further speaking about the year. The two of those ayanas are combined together is called year, and human years of humans they live such kind of ayanas 100 years. So likewise, he is mentioning, and then within that year, all the grahas and the stars, everything, including inclusive of the atom, they will rotate themselves in their orbits, okay, under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Likewise, Maitreya Muni is saying today, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, chapter 11, verse number 12 and 13. अयने च अहनि प्राहुः वत्सरोद्वादश स्मृतः संवत्सरशतं ऋणं परमायुः निरूपितम्. Ayane cha ahani prahuhu. Ayane. So in the movement of the sun, in the solar movement of 6 months, Ayane cha ahani, a day of the demigods. Ayane cha ahani prahuhu. Vatsaro dvadasha smritaha. So Ayana is the one Ayana, either Dakshina Ayana or Uttarana. Ayane is inclusive of both the Ayanas. Okay, and a day of the demigods, one day, and that is day, and then prahuhu, it is said, Vatsaro dvadasha smritaha, and one calendar year, dvadasha, and of those 12 months, dvadasha is 12 months, smritaha, it is so called. That means 2 ainas is 1 masa, and such 12 masas is 1 year. Vatsirodvadashim smritaha samvatsara setam runam samvatsara setam. It is 100 years runam of human beings. Samvatsaro setam runam paramayuhu nirupitam. That is the duration of life which is estimated. Nirupitam. Ayane cha ahani prahuhu vatsirodvadash smritaha samvatsara setam runam paramayuhu nirupitam. It's a translation. Two solar movements make one day and night of the demigods, and that combination of day and night is one complete calendar year for the human being. The human being has the duration of life of 100 years. Okay, there is no purport for this one. We shall move to the next shloka. So here it is described like all the planetary systems, the stars and the luminaries, they're all rotating within their orbits under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. गृहरक्षतारा चक्रस्थः परमाणु आदिना जगत् संवत्सर अवसानेन पर्येति अनिमिषो विभुः. Graharakshatara and Chakrastha. So Grahas. So the influential planets like the moon, Ruksha, the luminaries like the Ashwini, Tara is the all the stars, Chakrastaha. So in the orbits, in their own orbits, every planet has got their own orbit. And Paramanu Adina Jagat, inclusive along with the atoms, Paramanu Adina, starting from the Paramanu until the planetary systems, everything, Jagat existing within this universe, entire universe, Paramanu Adina Jagat, Samvatsara Avasanena, by the end of 1 year, Samvatsara Avasanena, by end of 1 year, Paryeti, they complete its orbit. They complete its orbit. We know that the sun, it rotates its The earth rotates itself around and then going around the sun, it takes 1 year. But actually, that is our modern science that we have studied in the schools and colleges. So here it is described Samvatsara avasanena paryeti animisho vibuhu. They are rotating in their orbits. Paryeti animisho vibuhu. Animisha is that eternal time. Vibuhu, the Almighty, under the direction of Supreme Personality of Godhead. गृहरक्षतारा चक्रस्थः परमाणुवादिना जगत् संवत्सर अवसानेन पर्येति अनिमिषो विभुः. So translation: the influential stars, planets, luminaries, and atoms all over the universe are rotating in their respective orbits under the direction of the Supreme, represented by eternal Kala. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can I request any devotees to read this small purport, please?
May I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the sun is the eye of the Supreme and it rotates in its particular orbit of time. Similarly, beginning from the sun down to the atom, all bodies are under the influence of the Kala Chakra or the orbit of eternal time, and each of them has a scheduled orbital time of 1 Samvatsara. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. In the Brahma Samhita, it is mentioned, Yat Chakshured Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Surumuttira Shesha Tejaha Yasyadnyaya Brahmati Samvrita Kala Chakro Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Yat Chakshuhu, Chakshuhu is the eyes of the Yat Chakshuhu, eyes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the sun is the eye of the Supreme. Yachakshureta Savita Sakala Grahanam. Savita is the sun god. Sakala Grahanam, along with all other planetary systems. And in their orbits, Yasyadhya Brahmati Samvrita Kala Chakro. Yes Adhyaya, by the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yasyadhya Brahmati, and they rotate in their orbits. Samvrita Kala Chakro and Kala Chakra. So Kala Chakra in the influence of the Kala Chakra. Okay, so they all rotate in their orbits. Okay, that is the purport Srila Prabhupada is describing here. And also it is also time in a human beings, everyone it is called, there is a Sasti Purti, the 60 years, and actually there are 60 years. And each year also has got their names. And the actually every year humans they celebrate birthday in every year, but actually the real birthday it will come once in a 60 years, because the year names there are 60 year names, so the actual year name it will come after 60 years. So one can find out those details. Okay, but here everything it is a circle, going in a circle. Okay, so that's all from this purport. And Lord continues. Lord is the Animisho Vibhuhu. He controls everything, the moments of the paramanu and the time. Grihakshataara chakrastha paramanu adina jagat samvatsara avasanena paryeti animisho vibhuhu. Okay, we shall go and recite these two shlokas. Ayane chahani prahuhu vatsaro dvadash smrtaham samvatsara siddham drunam paramayuhu nirupitam. Okay, can I request all devotees repeat line by line after me? Ayane chahani prahuhu
आयाने चहानि प्राहुः
Prahuru
vatsaro dvadash smrtaham
वत्सर द्वादश
Vatsara
स्मृतः
Samrataha
samvatsara siddham drunam
संवत्सर
Samvatsara
शतं
Satam Naram
नरनं
drunam
Nunam
paramayuhu nirupitam.
Paramayu
Paramayu
मायुः
Nirupitam.
निरुपतम्.
Okay, again. Ayane ahani prahuhu
Ayane chahani prahu
vatsaro dvadasha smritaha
Vatsaro
Vatsara
Dvadasha
dvadasa
Smritaha
smitaha
samvatsara satam dronam
Samvatsara
Samvatsara satam nonam
paramayuho nirupitam.
Paramayura Nirupitam.
Once more. Ayane ahani prahuhu
Ayane chahani prahu
vatsaro dvadasha smritaha
Vatsara
Vatsaro
dvadasa
Dvadasha
smitaha
Smritaha
samvatsara satam dronam
Samvatsara
Samvatsara
satam
Dronam
nonam
paramayuho nirupitam.
Paramayura
Mayur
Nirupitam.
nirupitam.
Very beautiful. Individual devotees, kindly take a turn to recite. Jai Mataji, would you like to go first?
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Ayane chahani prahuhu vatsaro dvadasha smritaha samvatsara shatam dronam paramayur nirupitam. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Mataji. And Lata Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Ayani chahani prahuru vatsaro dvadas samvritaha samvastara satam nirnam pramayur nirupitam. Hare Krishna.
Paramayur nirupitam.
Paramayur nirupitam.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
And Swarup Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Ayane chahani prahur vatsaro dvadasa smrita samvatsara satam naranam paramayur nirupitam.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. This one is Dronam.
No, no, okay, Prabhu.
Dronam.
No, one more time, Prabhu.
Dronam.
Dronam. Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Dronam.
Dronam. Yes. Want to go on second, Prabhuji?
Sure. Ayane chahani prahur vatsaro dvadasa smritaha samvatsara satam dronam paramayur nirupitam.
Yeah, very beautiful. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
And Meena Mataji, please.
Ayane chahani prahu vatsaro dvadasa smutaha samvatsara satam nunam paramayu nirupitam.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Ramlala Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna. Ayane chahani prohor vatsara dadasha smarta samsara satam drinam prahara nirupitam paramayur nirupitam.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. And Usha Mataji, please.
Yes, Prabhu. Ayani chahani prahur vatsaro dvadasasmritah savansara satam drinam paramayuhu nirupitam.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Ayane cha ahani Ayane cha ahani prahur vatsaro devadasa smrdaha samvatsara sadam dhrunam paramayur nirupitam.
Very nice. And also, thank you, Mataji. Will you also read translation, Mataji?
Two solar movements make one day and night of the demigods, and that combination of the day and night is one complete calendar year for the human being. The human being has a duration of life of 100 years. Hare Krishna.
Great. Thank you, Mataji. We shall move to the next sloka. Again, dear devotees, kindly follow. Grihrakshataara chakrastah
Grahara
Arachak
chakrasthaha
paramanu adina jagat
Paramanu Adina Jagat
samvatsara avasanena
Samvatsar
Samvatsara Avasanena
manena
paryeti animisho vibhuhu.
Prakriti
Varshiti
Animisho
Animishu
Vibhuhu
Vibhuhu
Again. Grihrakshataara chakrastah
Graharaksha Tara
Graharakshatara
Chakrastaha
paramanvadina jagat
Paramanu
Paramanvadini
Adina Jagat
samvatsara avasanena
Samvatsara
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 Vasanena
paryeti animisho vibhuhu.
Paryeti
Yeti
Pareti
Animisho
Animishu
Vibhuhu
Vibhuhu
Once more. Grihrakshataara chakrastah
Graharaksha
Graharaksha
Tara
Tara Chakrastaha
Chakrastaha
paramanu jagat
Paramanu Adina Jagat
Paramanvadina Jagat
samvatsara avasanena
Samvatsara
Samvatsara
Abhisanena
Avasanena
paryeti animisho vibhuhu.
Paryeti
Pareti
Animisho
Animishu
Vibhuhu
Vibhuhu
Very nice. So here it is graha ruksha tara chakrastaha. This can be paramanu adina or paramanvadina. We can do both ways. However, devotee can feel in two ways. Paramanu adina or paramanvadina. Samvatsara avasanena. Samvatsara in both ways. Paryeti animisho vibhuhu. Okay. Can I request again? Grihrakshataara chakrastaha
Graharaksha
Graharakshatara
Tara
Chakrastaha
Chakrastaha
paramanu adina jagat
Paramanu Adina
Paramadina
Jagat
Jagat
Adina Jagat
samvatsara avasanena
Samvatsara
Samvatsaradin
Abhisanena
Avasanena
paryeti animisho vibhuhu.
Paryeti
Paryeti
Pareti
Animisho
Animishu
Vibhuhu
Vibhuhu
Very beautiful. Okay. Can I request Kamla Mataji to go first?
Hare Krishna Graharakshatara Chakrasatha Paramanu Adina Jagat Samvas Samvastara Vasanena Prayeti Animisho Vibhuhu
Very
Hare
nice.
Krishna
Asha Mataji, please.
Gragaruksha sakrastadaha paramanu adina jagat samvatsara avasanena paryedi animisho vibhuhu.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Swarup Prabhuji, please.
Graharaksha Tara Chakrasta Paramanu Adina Jagat Samvatsara Vasanena Pareti Animishu Vibhuhu.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank
Meena,
you, sir.
please.
Did we?
Yes, Mataji.
ग्रहक्षत्राचक्रस्थ परमाणु वादिना जगत् संवत्सरा वसानेन प्रयत्य निमिषे विभुः
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Bhusha Mataji, please.
ग्रहरक्षातारचक्रस्थः परमाणुवादिना जगत् संवत्सरावसानेन पर्येति निमिषो विभुः.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, yes. Graha Raksha Tara Chakrastha Paramanu Adina Jagat Samvatsaravasanena Pariyeti Animisho Vibhuhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji. Ramya Prabhuji, please.
गृहरक्षतारचक्रस्था परमाणु आदिना जगत् संवत्सरा अवसानेन प्रयते अनिमिष विभो.
Very beautiful. And also, would you like to read the translation, Prabhuji?
Influential stars, planets, luminaries, and atoms all over the universe are rotating in their respective orbits under the direction of the Supreme, represented by central eternal Kala.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, so here,
Mahakala. Sorry, is eternal Kala. That's Mahakala.
yes, it is Animisha. It is the Lord is eternally Kala. Thank you, Prabhuji. And again, so why what it means to human beings? So Ayurhariti Vaipumsam Ujjinnastam Chennato Tasyadhyakshirunita Uttama Shloka Vartaya. And everyone's life is being taken away by the movement of the sun and all these planets. Okay, nothing is permanent, everything will pass by. And what it means to us? Uttama Shloka, Yasyadhe Uttama Shloka Vartaya, except the devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. नति अजरक्षिप्रमिरायुरेशं त्रयोदशारं त्रिशतं षष्टिपर्व षट्नीमि अनन्तचेद्येत्तिनाभिः करालस्रोतो जगदाचेद्युतावत्. Again, describing about the time wheel. नति अजरक्षिप्रमिरायुरेशं त्रयोदशारं त्रिशतं षष्टिपर्व षट्नीमि अनन्तचेद्येत्तिनाभिः करालस्रोतो जगदाचेद्युतावत्. It is taking life of everyone, all the living beings existing in this universe, except Nate, those devotees who are surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, this is again time wheel, another dimensions described by Kaddama Prajapati in his prayers to the Supreme Lord. Okay, so this is about time and everything going under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Today, letter to Jayadvaita, March 17th, 1971, Bombay. Hey, can I request Usha Mataji to read this letter, please?
Yes, Hare Krishna. My dear Jayadvaita, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated 21st February 1971 and noted the contents carefully. I do not know what may have happened to the letter dated 9th January 1971, but I have not received it. Regarding your questions 12:12, the ultimate point is to come to the stage of loving Krishna and all other indirect processes are subsidiary. We are concerned here with approaching Krishna by the direct process of devotional service. Independent of Krishna consciousness, the cultivation of knowledge, work, meditation, and renunciation are of no value or the proud achievement of the atheist or less intelligent class of men.
In this connection, the term knowledge is mental speculative theorizing up to the stage of Brahmanjana or impersonal conception of the absolute truth, especially such a knowledge as it is concerned with various views of the causal and effective material phenomena is of no importance is the matter of spiritual realization or God consciousness, which is transcendental to the realm of sensual, mental, and intellectual activities. So the order of supersession of these various indirect processes for approaching the absolute truth is not um, is where I was. Realm of yes, that is the various indirect process for approaching the absolute truth is not as much important as fixed understanding of the exalted position of devotional service rendered directly to Krishna. Uh, 1427. Impersonal Brahman is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness because without coming to the Brahma Bhuta platform and remaining engaged in the activities of Brahman, nobody can be joyful. To realize that Aham Brahmasmi is the first step of transcendental life after one is in full knowledge that he is not this body but a spiritual soul. He can effectually engage himself in the transcendental service of the Lord. It is not that one develops any other identity, but the soul in its liberated existence is a Brahman or pure spirit always. You know that each of the successive realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead include the earlier realization in the order of Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. If you want to go into the sun planet, you have first to go into the sunshine. Then you remain in the sunlight. It is not that when you reach the sun planet, you will no longer be in the sunlight. I have dictated the missing part from chapter. I don't remember that moment. And they are set in close herewith. So far changing the wording of verses or purport of 12:12 discussed before it may remain as it is. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, Ishipakdevan Swami, Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any take your points, Mataji, here?
Yes, Prabhu, that's a bit higher. I don't know Prabhu how to explain, but yes, Prabhupada maybe Jai Dveta Prabhu is asking about uh, devotional service to Krishna and renunciation about this thing. So how they can that go stage by stage that Prabhupada was mentioning how we can do the Brahma Bhuta stage and how that go to the transcendental service to Krishna. So that Prabhupada giving the, I think that's a purport about Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. I don't know, Prabhu, but that Prabhupada said is I put that as it is that purport. So he's explaining about that Krishna's devotional service, that way how we do that directly to the Krishna's and how we can do with that our sensual, mental, or intellectual activities through the we can through the Krishna service. And yes, Prabhu, I don't could understand very much, but yeah, and that realization about his mentioning about the Paramatma and Bhagavan. So how that Prabhupada giving good example about the sun. If you want to go to sun planet, but you have to go with the sunshine, and when you reach the sun, then there is no sunlight. So that is a good example. I can't explain so very much, but if you can elaborate a little bit more, to Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely summarized it. Okay, any other comments, devotees?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Just like Mataji said, this is quite a bit hard letter, really, at least for me anyway. But the line from, so what I could understand from the third line, cultivation of knowledge, work, meditation, renouncing of no value. So I'm assuming he's talking about all the various yogas. So you can reach the Lord either through direct way or through step by step. So dhyana yoga, gnana yoga, those kind of yogas will take maybe a while to get, but alternatively we can just go to him by devotional service. That is the best way. But obviously if people can't do that, then they have to go through various stages.
Yes, yes, Mataji, correctly said.
So then
Here, independent of Krishna, everything else has no value. So in the Chatishloki Bhagavata, Pritiyardham yat pritiyeta na pritiyet chatmani tad vijjadatmano mayam yata bhaso yata tamaha. Anything which is not connecting to Krishna, it is no value. It appears that it has, but actually, under the illusory energy of the Lord, everyone are working independently themselves. That has no value. Yata abhaso yata tamaha, that has no value. That Prabhupada is mentioning here. But again, Krishna says that one, everything, Brahmanohi pratishtaham, amrutasya avyesya cha, shashvatasya dharmasya, sukasya aikantikasya cha, that Brahman, like Supreme Brahman, it impersonal Brahman, it is also depending on me. So, and then some people, they go dharma, the kama moksha, like the Purusharthas, but they will forget Krishna there. And also one of the statements of the Maharaj, Manye Ghrimte Jagatam Vimohinim Varanunyeshi Bhajanta Matayat. He says that, oh my dear Lord, you have spoken so many things. Vachanutancha Yedite Janositaha Katam Punah Karma Karoti Mohitaha. You have given so many things in the Vedic injunctions, but it is only bewildering to many of those things. Though they will go, that it is said, uh, Katam Katam Punah Karoti Karma Mohitaha. They will again come back by following the Vedic injunctions, they will come back again. But that is not the ultimate thing. So it is cultivating step by step. It is Varnashrama Dharma to elevate, progress further, advance. But at the end, one has to end up with Krishna at the lotus feet of Krishna. But if that is not happened, coming to Krishna is not happened, then everything else has no value. Manye ghramte jagatam vimohinim. Oh my dear Lord, whatever you have spoken in the Vedas, it is just bewildering. It is again katam punah karma karoti mohitaha. It will bring us again to the back to carry out the pious activities. People are more attracted to the pious activities. This cultivation of knowledge, work, meditation, and this renunciation are of no value, or to the proud achievements of the atheist or less intelligent class of men. So here what it means, ultimate thing is the Krishna. They have to end up at Krishna, to sit of Krishna. Then this is Achyuta Priya Bandhavaha. Priya Bandhava, there should be relationship with Krishna. Then go back to, they will be able to enter into the Vaikuntha planets. Vasantyatra Purushaha Sarve Vaikuntamurtayah Ye Nimitta Nimittena Dharmena Aradayan Harim. In the Vaikuntha Loka, everyone are in the similar form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are engaged in the devotional service. That will be carried, whatever they have practiced here. Okay, if the Lord is not there and they are doing all those things, work, meditation, culture, cultivation of knowledge, then they have not relationship with a Krishna. They are not Achyuta Priya Bandhavaha. They cannot enter. Okay, so that is what Prabhupada is mentioning. Hare Krishna Mata. Okay, any other comments, questions, dear devotee?
Hare Krishna. Actually, His Holiness Advaita Maharaj, he is now, in the Prabhupada books. If some mistakes, some actually printing mistakes or any other, some word, something. So he is the editor. You know that Advaita Maharaj? I know that he is living in France, actually, my daughter's friend's place. So he's very, very elevated, always, as a Maharaj, always is elevated. Yeah, actually, he is editing many things, and after Prabhupada left this planet, they also do as a Bhagavatam also. So this point, as a devotee, one thing, as a disciple should ask something to his spiritual masters. So actually so they are very inquisitive. Tadvidhi purnipatena puriprasnena shivaya. So this is very important thing. And Advaita Maharaj, actually, he asked to correct source to any confusion, anything else. They have to know details to his spiritual masters. Actually, the correct source. Actually, this question is coming from actually Bhagavatam. One is coming, actually, this one is a Bhagavatam Bhakti Jog 12, because this is the many things Krishna has instructed. You have to do this thing, you have to do this, you have to surrender. First step is surrendering. If you cannot do, then you have to practice whatever this, they fixed your mind. First one, fixed your mind unto me. So, and if you cannot fix your mind, then what do you do? Fix, do your regulative principles. Actually, this is also bhakti yoga without any deviation. If you cannot do, then practice. Practice actually bhakti yoga. Try to work for me. And last is coming as a world actually. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of fruitive action, whatever the result will come. Actually, this is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. And he has actually, Prabhupada explained everything, what you have to do, what you have to do. And he has given this information. He knows, Prabhupada, find the correct one, who is very inquisitive. And he is giving the knowledge to him very clearly, explained in details. And this is also Bhakti Jog, as well as is, and 27, the last part actually, before the Purushottam. I think last one, I think it is Gunotraya as a, what is it? 14 actually, what is it? Division of, what is it? Guna, division of Guna. And last point actually, so whatever, I am all the impersonalities, and I am or the source of actually happiness. Actually, this is the first, the ultimate goal. So, because people are, what is the God realization? Realization first coming to the um, what is the Brahma Bhuta? Sorry, uh, it is the impersonalist. Then coming to the God Paramatma realization. Then God realization. This is a systematic way. So, and impersonalist, whenever you have to do, this is ultimate goal is to become happy, peaceful. And Prabhupada, everything given clearly, all these messages, right? So, so main thing, joyful, joyful. So that is the point. And this is a very nicely systematic way he has given the knowledge. And he mentioned his Bhagavad Gita, we know, but to his devotees, to close intimate, he has given more information. So this is the very wonderful way we have to understand. As a disciple, what he have to do, he has to increase it. If no inquiry, no knowledge. If we are not asking to senior, the superior, then we are not really on the field. Who are the researcher? Researcher always, even PhD or the postdoc, they are working. They ask to other person who knows some things. So this is the disciple character. And Bhavanand, sorry, what is it? Advaita Maharaj, and His Holiness Advaita Swami Maharaj, he asked this question to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada everything in details clearly explained, and we can find also part in the Bhagavad Gita. So, but he is more information here. And what is the thing? Main thing to become, what is it? To do work, actually, bhakti job, how the systematic way. And second question actually for Brahmajyoti, impersonal Brahman, and how to become happy. So, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for explaining this one. Okay, Brahmajana, impersonal Brahman, Shri Vadanti Tat Vidastatvam Yajnanam Advayam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Chadhyate. The first level is Brahmeti, second level is Paramatma, third level is Bhagavan. Evam Bhagavata Rupam Brahmanah Paramatmanah Param Pradhanam Purusham Daivim Karma Vichestitam. Daivim Karma Vichestitam. Okay, these are the different stages of the Supreme Personality, realizing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma, but it is one comes to the clear from negative to zero, from zero to the positive is there. That is devotional service. But devotional service, whenever he is engaged from the beginning, gradually brings to the Brahma Bhuta, further go beyond that. That is devotional, pure devotional service. Chanting and following regulative principles with offenses. Later on, offenses will go down, and later on, with pure devotion, love and devotion sprout in the heart. Okay, that will go further. Okay, those are the levels here. Advaita Prabhu, he is also spiritual master of Kadambakaran Maharaj. Okay, so he was the editor and then doing many things here, asking everything. And also here, one is the Aham Brahmasmi is the first step of transcendent life. I am not the body, I am Brahma. Brahma is addressing Atma. Krishna is Supreme Brahman, Parabrahma. There's a few points here. And here, soul is in its liberated state, liberated existence is Brahman or pure spirit. Yatapam prakriti para, when the consciousness or the soul, before it touches the material things, karanam gunasangasya sadasajjoni janmasu. Before that, it is pure. Swarupenam, it has got its own form. Okay, that is one point here. Just Prabhupada is mentioning, giving the analogy as sunlight, sun planet, and then sun god. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the Hare
Hare Krishna, just add a little thing actually. Actually, whatever people are doing in this devotional service, dhyana jog, karma jog, jnana jog, many things. But ultimately in the Bhagavatam also, 1 to 8, I think you already mentioned. The occupational activities of man, if done on position, if it will be useless. It will be useless labor if they don't attract to the message of the Supreme Lord. So, Sramohi Kevalam, last line we know that is it. If it is not satisfied to Lord, it's only Srama, only labor. So we have to find how to satisfy to the Supreme Lord. This is our ultimate goal. Otherwise, whatever the knowledge, whatever the informational knowledge, whatever the before the bhakti joke also. So we have to do systematic way. If we have to, our direction should be how to satisfy the Supreme Lord. And Supreme Lord, how to satisfy? To satisfy Guru and then Krishna. So this is otherwise Sramohi Kevalam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, Dharmasvanshita Pumsam Visvaksen Kataseha Notpad Yedikratim Shramayevehi Kevalam. Very beautiful, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, today is Wednesday, so it is Kirtan evening at 8 p.m. Before that, 6:30 p.m. evening Japa session. Okay, those are from the events perspective. And with regards to the Lakshmi contributions, I'll be updating that one maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow by end of Friday. Okay, those are updates from me. And the devotees, if you have got any updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly do so. Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue with further japa.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is there time? Like one question from the pulpit even, if I want to ask.
Yes, Mataji.
Is there time or maybe tomorrow? It's okay to ask. From the pulpit?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, so like my question is like, some like we were left their body in when in Sukla Pax and in the Krishna Pax. So who left their body in Sukla Pax, they don't have to come birth. It's like that. Not to take birth again or something like that.
Krishna says there in the Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter, Bhagavad Prapti, Agni Jyotiraha Shuklaha Sanmasa Uttarayanam. Tatra Tatra Prayada Gachanti Brahmavido Jana. So likewise Krishna says, Agni Jyotihi. What is that? Agni Jyotihi Aha Shuklaha. Aha Shuklaha Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahmavido Jana. Those who know the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme by passing away from the world during the influence of the fiery god in the light at an auspicious moment of the day, during the fortnight of the waxing moon, or during the 6 months when the sun travels in the north. So they attain the Supreme. Who knows the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme. This is Brahman, Supreme Brahman, Brahma Jyoti.
So who left the body during Sukla Pax, they will go in Brahma Jyoti like that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Gachanti Brahma, Brahmavido Janaha.
And
they will go to the Brahma Jyoti, yes.
And the other question is the Pitrulok, which just have mentioned in that pulpit. So Pitrulok after many, so many, days, then is Pitruloks. So it's like Pitruloks means our forefather who are to stay there.
Yeah.
So I heard somewhere that they can get their body within 12 days or 13 days after left their body. So still there exists a Pitrulok. How does that work?
Thank you, Mataji, for that question. It is a bit of discussion. Maybe we can come to that one later on, Mataji.
Okay, thank you.
Pitraloka is which is bottom of the planetary systems, which is like in the Garbhodaka ocean, on top of the Ananta Shesha. So that is where this region, and the southern direction there is hellish planets, but further, I think within the next to those things, it is Pitraloka is also there. Okay, they live there. For them, it is day and night in our Sukla Paksha and the Krishna Paksha. So they will always be there. Aryama is ruling that planet, Pitraloka. But we'll come to that discussion later on, Mataj.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataj.
Hare Krishna, just I can add a little thing. Actually, devotee never think the moment. The devotee always think about consciousness. If we practice in devotional service, then either even we can forget, but Krishna never forget us. So he will remind us. The moment also very important. Even same days, same time, people can die, but people has different consciousness and different, and their movement, their direction will be different way. So that's why devotee always think about the consciousness. Whose consciousness we have to never think about, but they have to think about is devotee association. Because why devotee association? Because they will remind us. Even my deathbed, if I die, but my devotee, they will remind us. And it can be my wife, children, friends, family. So if they're devotional in the devotees, they will remind us. Because nobody will not come to remind us Hare Krishna, the holy name or other things. Only devotee, only family. If they are lucky, then the children or the family members, they will remind us. So that is very important. So time also, okay, it is right also you are asking. Very nice. But the point is consciousness. Which time, which moment we are living, actually, soul consciousness, my consciousness is important. Otherwise, in the different way. And your second question, actually, Pitrulok, it is also not really, it's something better, but it is not eternal planet. So Pitrulok doesn't mean always like I will be happy, I will be my father, my forefather, my other father. So ultimately, our ultimate father is Krishna. If we are not connecting the Supreme Father, it's not happiness. Even lot of comfort, lot of opulence there doesn't. What is the value of that? If we have no sharing with Krishna, so that is important. Otherwise, what is the value of the other things? Whatever my comfort, my facilities, there's no value. So that is very important. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, we'll come to that point at those discussions later in Mataji about Pitraloka. So, okay, we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Panchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah.
We namo namo.
Krishna
Ananta Guru
Nanda
Narindaki.
ki jai, Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare
Mama
Krishna.
Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhuji ki all devotees ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Hare